Hey everybody, Matt here, doing this quick little haul video, show you guys the goodies that I got this last weekend. I know I said I wasn't going to do a video, but I came across some really good stuff at a really good deal. I couldn't pass it up, and I'm really excited to show you guys. I'm trying this video out on my new iPhone, so hopefully the quality will be pretty dang good. Um, Anyway, without further ado, I'll show you guys my haul. I saw this in a video not too long ago. I don't even remember who was showing it. It was one of the haul videos I was watching, and they said there's something key about this issue. But I found this in the quarter bin, so I picked it up. I think it has something to do with Power Girl's new outfit. I don't know. If someone knows what's the significance of this issue, please let me know. Because I'd actually like to know for my own collection. I know I saw it in a video, and I know they said it was the first appearance of blah, but I think it was like her outfit or something. So pick that up. Quarter bin. These are just quarter bin buys. Another Green Lantern. This is kind of a series that I never meant to collect. It just kind of keeps falling in my lap. So there's 38. Then I picked up Adventures of Superman 476, the first appearance of the Linear Man. I don't know, even know what you call him, a G-rated villain? I don't know. Anyway, found a couple awesome Atlas comics. Got them for cover price, 25 cents. But I love Atlas horror comics. They're just so cool. This is The Man Monster, number 3. And this is Tales of Evil with the Bog Beast. Now, some of these are, by like Steve Ditko, and these particular issues aren't, but I mean the art is just fantastic on them. I just love the classic artwork on there. And for a quarter, heck yeah. All right, let's see here. Got a nice little stack of Brian Boland goodness here. I pick up, I love Brian Boland's covers. He just draws, he's such a fantastic artist. So I pick these up whenever I can find them at a good price. This is Animal Man number 15. 42, like I said, these are all Brian Boland covers. 44. And 48. Awesome. Love Brian Boland. Then I picked up this for a quarter. This is Wonder Woman number 2. Another great artist, George Perez. Fantastic. Just picked up number 1 not too long ago. So nice to have number 1 and number 2 now. And then, like I said, Brian Boland, one of my favorite cover artists. His run on Wonder Woman is just fantastic. I think he's one of the greatest artists that ever, if not the greatest artist that ever drew Wonder Woman. He's fantastic, man. I just absolutely love the way that he draws Wonder Woman. This is 63. This is a classic Wonder Woman cover. This is his first art on Wonder Woman, actually. Issue 63. So this is actually kind of a key issue if you are a Brian Boland collector. Number 63. There's 92. 94. And 99. All Brian Boland covers. Mike Deodato Jr. artwork inside too, which is awesome. Love Deodato. All right. Now let's see what we got here. Another little stack for you. Pick this one up for $2. This is All-Star Squadron number 1. Nothing really key about it. It's just a number 1 issue. For $2, why not? Figured I'd pick it up. Then my comic book guy, I've actually been searching for Omega Men number 3, the first appearance of Lobo. And I haven't really been able to find it. I mean, to be honest, it's a cheap comic. It's not, you can find a high grade copy for $25 basically. But I kind of just didn't really want to pay that. I was like, I don't want to pay $25 for that comic. To be honest, I'm not trying to be a cheapskate or anything, but I got other stuff that I want to buy. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to hold off. And I was actually watching a Omega Men number 3 on eBay before I bought these. And it was a buy it now for $30, I think. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll pull the trigger, because it was a near mint copy. And I was like, maybe I'll pull the trigger on this one. It's a good, it's a decent deal, and it looked really good. But glad I didn't, because my comic book guy had the first 5 issues for $7.50. So there's 1, 2, 4, 5, and the best for last, number 3, first appearance of Lobo. And this book right here is probably going to go up in value. They're talking about doing like a Lobo movie and all that stuff. And if they do that, eventually this book will jack up in price. But I'm pretty excited to get that. It's VF. It's not near mint like the one that I was looking at, but it's all I really wanted. I just wanted a pretty high grade copy. It's a solid 8.0, which is nice. Cool cover. All right. Last little stack before the last good stuff. Nothing special about this. This is a Wolverine issue. This is Mark Silvestri cover. Pick these up every once in a while whenever I get a wild hair, I'll grab a Wolverine issue. Amazing Spider-Man 179. Like I said, nothing key about this issue either. It's just I love the Punisher and I love Spider-Man. And I didn't have this one for my Amazing Spider-Man collection, surprisingly. So pick that one up. Pick this up. Awesome Neil Adams cover. Love Neil Adams. This is House of Mystery 199. Got a real good deal on it. I paid $4 for this. It's a fine. I'd say it's like a fine. It's got like some creasing right here, a little dip right there. The spine's really nice though. I'd say it's a solid fine minus for the price. I couldn't beat it. Then my buddy who collects Captain Americas, I had a couple issues that he wanted for his collection. And I asked him, I was like, I don't really collect Captain America, but I was like, do you have extras? He has a bunch of extras of Captain America. He used to buy like bulk lots of them, and he's got like tons of extras. So I asked him if he's got these next 2 issues, and he's like, yeah, I got extra ones. I'll bring them for you. I'll trade you for them, basically. So he brought this one. This is Captain America 359, the First Crossbones. This is a very fine copy. Very nice. Appreciate getting that from him. I appreciate it, man. And the next one he got me was Captain America 275. This is the first appearance of the Baron Zemo 2, which is Baron Helmut Zemo. And this book's actually pretty hot right now. So if you guys see this one in the cheap dollar bin, quarter bin, pick it up, because it's a really good book. Good key to have at this point. So that's that. Like I said, I go to my comic book guy every Saturday. He sells a local swap meet around here. And I got done with him, and there's another guy that collects comics that's around here. And it's really weird because I don't even really know his name, but every time I'm at my little hot spots around town, he shows up. He's just there. Like I'm going through like the back issues, and the guy just comes in. It's happened like 4 times already. And I'm just like, hey man, like how's it going? Whatever. And he asked me, he's like, hey, so this lady over here, like at the swap meet, she's got like this stack of old magazines. And he's like, they're all old Vampirellas. And I'm like, oh, right on. Like, and this guy, he knows a little bit about comic books, but he's not like super, knowledgeable about them or anything, but he knows a little bit about them. So he tells me, he's like, hey, this lady's selling these Vampirellas. And I'm like, ooh, okay. Like, are they the old ones? Like the Warren issues? And he's like, oh, I'm not sure. Like, they're the magazines. I'm like, oh, they're the Warren ones. Like, that's all there were, back then. So he's like, oh, he's like, she wants to sell them $10 a piece. And he's like, and I'm like, well, if they're the early ones, like, it's worth it. He's like, I just don't really want to pay that. It's not really worth it, in the condition that they're in or whatever. I was like, okay, so, that just confirmed that they are the Warrens, because, condition, they're the oldest Vampirella comics. So I'm like, okay, so I finish up at the comic book guy, and so I the guy leaves and he didn't end up buying him from him because I was like, well, he saw him first, so if he gets them, then that's his deal. But he ended up leaving. I saw him leave, so I gave my comic book guy the money for all these books that I bought. And I thought I'd take a walk around, and I ended up finding the girl, and she had them kind of like buried. Like, they weren't buried, but they weren't displayed. They were kind of like behind this like tub that were like on the ground, like on this tarp. It was like on a tarp, and they were on the ground, like not displayed at all. I was like I wouldn't have even seen those if he didn't tell me about it, basically. So anyway, I'm going through the thing, and I'm just like, I'm looking at him, and I'm like, ooh, I'm seeing some old issues here. I'll start showing you. I'm seeing like this one, Vampirella number 5. And I'm like, ooh, man, that's an early Vampirella. And these covers, you guys, these are beautiful Frank Frazetta covers. Beautiful covers. So I see that one, and I'm like, okay, like, he's got a number 5. Then I start going up. He's got a number 7. He and she. There's a guy and a girl. They've got number 7. I'm like, okay, like, that's cool. And then he's got number 14. So I'm like, okay, it keeps going up. Like, that's these are still early, and they're in pretty good shape. Like, they're not perfect. They've got some chunks out on the bottom and, some spine wear. They're probably a solid VG good plus. They're nothing to write home about. Then I see this one. So there's 14, there's 13. So I'm like, okay, so they're all kind of hovering around like, whatever. And these were all that they had shown over there. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, how much for these ones? And the lady says, she's like, I'll sell them to you for $5 a piece. I'm like, well, that's less than what she told the other guy. So I'm like, I don't really know. Like, I was like, okay, that's cool. I was like, do you have any other like comics or anything like that? And she says, yeah, I've got like another little like stack of Vampirellas in my car. So like she went to her car, and they were all like the older ones. They were like in the 80s and 90s, issues. So I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of just interested in these ones. And she's like, well, just look through them and see what you like. And so I looked through them, and I'm taking off like each one, and as I'm looking through it, I'm like, okay, that's cool. These are cool. And the last 2 that were at the very bottom, I couldn't believe it. I got that feeling in the pit of your stomach where you're just like, oh my God, how did they have these? Vampirella Annual number 1. This is the origin of Vampirella. And like I said, it all ended up being, I paid about $4 for each of these because I told her I'd give her $25 for all these. So it ended up being about $4 for each of these. It's not perfect. It's got like a little chunk out of the corner, and there's a spine split right here. But for $4, I'll take this book every day. And when I saw this one, I was like, there might be a chance. There might be a freaking chance. And so I lifted the last book up off the bottom, and I couldn't freaking believe that this was in there. Vampirella number 1. And like I said, guys, this is not high grade. This is nothing, too crazy expensive, if you were to price it out or whatever. But it's still like $100 comic for $4. I could not believe it. This is one of the greatest finds I've ever had at that swap meet. This is like, it just, to me, it was just like, finding gold, because this is a book that I did eventually want to get. I did want to get Vampirella number 1. I love Vampirella. She's a great character. But at the same time, I'm not really willing to spend the $200, $300, $400, $500 for her first appearance. And, I guess it's not in the best shape. There's a cut right here. This part of the cover is completely missing. The spine is jacked up. It's all together. It's all held together with the staple perfectly fine. The centerfold is beautiful. But, it's not the best. There's a chunk right here, as you guys can see. But for $4, I could not believe it. It was just such a good find. And, I'm just super happy to own Vampirella number 1 now. I might actually take these other copies and sell them because they go for about 20 or 30 bucks each on eBay. So I might actually take those and sell those and turn it around and get something else that I really want. But I think I'm going to hold on to this Vampirella because I might never be able to get another chance at owning Vampirella #1. So yeah, guys, I just had to share with you guys that story because I couldn't believe I found it. And keep hunting, you guys, because stories like this, I mean, they don't happen too often, but when they do, that's what makes collecting comic books worth it. Because when you find them for a deal like that, you know, I mean, I always say it's like, you know, us comic book collectors in the community, you know, we're saving these books because, you know, these things were literally blowing in the wind. She didn't care about them. She didn't even know what they were. So it was like, you know, we're saving them from, you know, getting destroyed, essentially. So anyway, I'm still beyond excited about getting this. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Thumbs up if you guys liked it. Leave a comment below, especially on that Power Girl issue, the World's Finest issue that I showed, because I don't really know what the heck that is going on with that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.